Hello Gems! Today we're at Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter Resort and we're going to have a resort tour. Let's go! Disney's Port Orleans Resort French Quarter opened on May 17, 1991 with 432 rooms, later expanding to 1,008 rooms across 7 three-story buildings. Its design captures the charm of New Orleans French Quarter, featuring colorful facades, wrought iron balconies, and cobblestone courtyards. Guests can enjoy Mardi Gras festivities year-round, savoring beignets, live jazz, and the whimsical Doubloon Lagoon pool. This intimate resort offers a cozy, romantic atmosphere, making it a favorite among Disney fans. When you walk into the lobby of this beautiful resort, you will be greeted by this awesome fountain. People do throw change in here, and any change that is thrown in here is donated, so that's really nice. And if you look to your right when you enter the building, you'll find registration. This is where you can get help with your hotel stay. If you should need it, you can check in. And you can also use mobile check-in, which is why there aren't many people in here right now. Mobile check-in allows you to get a text when your room is ready, and so you don't even have to come in here at all. It's a really nice perk. Absolutely beautiful registration area. And the smell in here, they need to make a candle of this. I think Magic Candle Company has made one, and it is absolutely beautiful. It has a nice floral scent and really takes you to New Orleans. And if you go to your left after you walk in, you will see the bar and cafe. This is Scat and it's very popular, and people come here all the time. And Scat Cat's Cafe here is where you can get their world famous beignets, which we'll do in a couple minutes, but let's take a look at what this place looks like. Yeah, it smells like coffee in here. It smells amazing. Let's look at the menu here. Yeah, Scat Cat's Club Cafe. You can get 3 or 6 beignets with your choice of sauces. And they also have a beignet sundae, Baton Rouge beignets, bottled beverages, and coffee and tea. And I highly recommend that you come here if you're staying here or if you're just visiting. You weren't here if you didn't get beignets. You have to get beignets when you come here. And this is the Scat Cat's seating area. Now, I think Fridays through Sundays they have live music here, so it does get pretty crowded. But it is really a nice experience because there's no table service here. So this lounge is really it for alcoholic drinks if you want that. Actually, you can pick them up also at Sassagoula and I believe the Jackson Square store, which we'll take a look at in a minute. So then also on the left of the entrance area, the lobby, you'll see a sign for Floatworks, and you'll see Sassagoula over here. This is their quick service location. You can get mobile order here, and it's Mardi Gras themed, so it's why it has all these masks and really cool stuff in here. I absolutely love it. Really, really beautiful, intricate masks with a lot of sparkles on them, which you know I love because of my tiaras. And take a look at their menu here. They've got pretty much the same menu as any of the value resorts. Value and moderate resorts share a menu. However, each resort has kind of its own specialty items. And here they have a beef and fried shrimp burger that looks really crazy amazing. So I think I'll have to get that. Maybe a couple other things. And they've got a QR code if you want a mobile order. And they also have the rapid fill mugs. These are the mugs that you can purchase for your length of stay so that at your resort you can get refills of fountain drinks, coffee, and tea for free for the length of your stay. And then they also have a pool bar that we'll take a look at, weather permitting. And yeah, then they have their whole menu listed here. They do have a lot of things. They do have pizza, they do have burgers, but then they also have some New Orleans special items. They have a jambalaya that I thought looked really good. And they have a gumbo, some other treats there that you can get at Sassagoula. When you're at Disney, you always want to look up. At the top of the room here on a little ledge, there's a queen and a king card. It's Tiana and Naveen. And these are just the little details that you have to look for when you're at Disney. They often have things up, so look up. One thing I love about Sassagoula is that they have plenty of seating. They have this area in the front, and then they also have an area in the back, which is really, really great. I can always find a seat here. There's never a problem. They have your utensil bar, and they have condiments over here. I wanted to point out that they do have honey, and we'll grab that in a minute when we get the beignets. Actually, let me just take a few now. I'm going to take 2 for my hot and fresh beignets that we'll have in just a couple minutes. And they also have salt and pepper and other regular condiments that you would need for anything that you're eating here. And they also have real silverware, which is a great feature. No plastic, no single-use plastics, real silverware. And my favorite thing about Sassagoula is that they have the Coke Freestyle machines. So later on when I eat here and show you some of the food, I'm going to get myself a peach Sprite because that's my favorite flavor. Now, I don't know many other resorts that have the Freestyle machine. Maybe in the future they'll expand, but it's really, really great. And they also have some Gold Peak iced tea, sweet and unsweetened. They've got hot cocoa. You can't really see that, it has a glare, but that's hot cocoa. And they have a toaster for your toasting needs. They've got cups and lids. Oh, they do have plastic utensils. I didn't realize that, but yeah. Why would you use plastic when regular utensils are available? And you've got sugar and creamer and some coffees, some resort blends, a dark roast there. Yeah, that looks really good. All right, let's go take a look at the shop available here. Then off to your right, just past registration, is the shop and arcade. So let's go and see what the arcade looks like first, actually, and then we'll take a look at the shop. So you'll walk straight past the shop, and then you'll see some restrooms, and then there's the arcade. Let's go in and see. This is one of the smaller arcades. And there are people playing in here, so I won't show everything. But you can get souvenir coins here, which is really cool. And they're themed to Port Orleans, which I absolutely love. And they've got a wheel rope duo drive game here. They have a bunch of pinball machines. They've got Avengers and Guardians of the Galaxy. Ooh, and Star Wars. Oh, I didn't realize there are a few more games in here that I didn't know about. If you turn to the right, there's a whole extra room with games. They have this Pac-Man thing here. I've seen this at almost every resort. That's really fun. They've got a picture studio here. You can have your picture taken as a souvenir. That's really cute. And they have these token machines, and you can see what the prices of those are. It goes from $5 is 250 points to $25 is 1,750 points. And you use these touchscreen terminals to get your points to play games. They've also got Asteroids, yeah, Atari. Is anybody old enough to have had an Atari? Because I am. Then they've got Wicked Tuna, very popular game. Again, there are some people playing in here, so I'm not going to show everything. There's skee ball, which is really cool, and there's also an air hockey table. I love that. All right, people are moving around, so I can show some things. There's like racing games, which are really cool. More racing games, but on like Kawasaki motorcycle type things. And they have a snowboarder. That's awesome. That's pretty much it. And then this exit goes to the outside, and there's an outside seating area for Sassagoula around here. So that's a nice kind of hidden entrance for you. And I wanted to note that right in front of the arcade, they have a fuel rod station, and they also have an ATM if you need, and it's a Chase ATM. So good information on that if you need cash for tips and whatnot. And then you've got restrooms in the back here. Very nice. Let's go shopping. So Jackson Square is the shop here. If you're coming from the arcade, it's on the right. If you're coming from registration, it's on the left. And I want to point out some of their resort-specific merch here. They've got a t-shirt, Port Orleans Resort French Quarter. Now there are two Port Orleans resorts. This is half of it. There's French Quarter, and then there's Riverside, which I think I'll do that one next. I like these nice Tiana cups though. Dreams are the spice of life, it says. That's really nice. Let's see how much it is. That's gonna run you $16.99. And they also have magnets, say French Quarter. These are teals, so there's no price on them. I don't even see a board that shows what teal is, but that's okay. Then they've got a bunch of Princess and the Frog merch, but that's not resort specific. You can find that in the parks. Let me make sure that, oh, this one is resort specific. Tiana is kind of the mascot of this resort because her movie took place in New Orleans. So this is $19.99. And they also have a stainless steel travel mug here. It says Port Orleans Resort French Quarter. And then it has this really cool building with windows on the front that probably have some Princess and the Frog characters. I think maybe that's Naveen. I'm not exactly sure, but this will run you $39.99, $38.99. I can't read that. Yeah, cute. And they have a Christmas tree ornament of the front of the hotel, well, the middle of the hotel, and I'll show you that view in a minute. But this is absolutely beautiful. Let's see. This one is $34.99. Oh, and if you turn it around, you've got Mardi Gras Mickey and Minnie. Oh, that's really cute. I absolutely love that. Adorable. And they have a t-shirt, Port Orleans Resort French Quarter. It's nice. It's a regular cotton t-shirt, and it is $34.99. This is the shirt I showed you a few minutes ago, just nice and close up. And it's got Tiana. It has some little sparkles on it. I don't know if that comes through on camera. Let me try to move it in the light a little bit so maybe you can see, but it's really pretty. Her dress is all sparkly. This one doesn't have a price. Yes, it does. $39.99. So these items over here, I do believe are resort specific, even though it doesn't say French Quarter on it. There's a Beignet t-shirt there's no price on that one. And then there's a Beignet all day t-shirt. Again, no price on that one. But they also have mugs, Beignet all day. It's only on the one side, and that is $16.99. And they also have loungefly ears here. They are sort of attached to this mirror, so I can't take them out to look at the price. But they're really cute. They even smell like beignets. That's amazing. And then you can also get the matching loungefly. It's really cute. Beignet all day. Let me see what's on the back. Nothing special on the back, but this is going to run you $90. And they also have the Spirit jersey there, beignet all day, and then the bottom is all beignets. I don't think there's anything on the back. Oh, actually, there is a little. Oh no, that was the back. This is the front. That's really cute. That is the front, and this is $79.99. Let's put it back the way we found it. Oh, and they actually have some Scat Cat merch over here. They've got a sort of Tervis tumbler here. It's really cute, and it is resort specific. Yeah, Tervis, and that's gonna be $34.99. It's really hard for me to read these prices. They are so small. And then you also have a Scat Cat's Live Jazz and Beignets t-shirt, and it also says Disney Port Orleans Resort French Quarter, established 1991. And that was the back. This is the front, and it just says Port Orleans Resort on the front. Let's see if I can find a price. That's $34.99. And they also have a sweatshirt here. This is a nice material. It's very, very soft. I can feel that softness really coming through. And yeah, it just says Disney's Port Orleans Resort French Quarter. I don't think there's anything on the back. Nope, nothing on the back. Nothing on the back. But this is $150. And then they also have this polo shirt, t-shirt with the stripes, the blue stripes, and it does say Port Orleans Resort French Quarter. That's nice. And let's see if we can find a price. So this is going to cost you $100. The brand here is called vineyardvines.com, so I guess that's why it's so expensive. It's a designer brand here. And they have this really cute frog mug here. It says "What's Hoppin'?" It says Disney's Port Orleans Resort French Quarter. I think it only has that on the front. No, it's got Tiana on the other side. That's really pretty, and that's going to be $19.99. And there's one more Vineyard Vines sweatshirt here. This one's a much more thin material than the other one, so it's nice for kind of a not too cold day, but cold enough that you want long sleeves, you know. And then it has the resort logo on the front, nothing on the back, and this is $125. Walking a little bit back into the store, you can see they have a bunch of snacks here. That's really nice, so that you can keep those in your room. And they do have a whole bunch of toys, and they have sort of the regular products that you would see at any resort. They also have swimsuits over there in case you forgot one, and some nice stationery. But I want to take you to the back where you can get drinks and things. Oh, and then they have a whole rack here of sundries, you know, your earplugs, anything that you need, Clear Eyes, Aleve, and stuff for little ones too, if you forgot that. So all the way in the back here is kind of a little store, sort of a convenience store. They have name brand chips and snacks over here. You can also get some wine, actually. Once Upon a Time Wine is the brand they have here. And you can get some cold drinks and things. They actually even have Lunchables and lunch meat and cheese, which is interesting. I wonder if they sell bread like the other resorts. Oh, they do. They do sell bread and all of these other things, these nice breakfast cereals and Entenmann's products. Yeah, really nice. But I wanted to point out that in the cold case, you can also get alcoholic drinks as well. So you've got beer, wine coolers, and wine mostly. And then on the other side of this stand, I just wanted to point out you can also get cans of Coke and Sprite if you need that. So that's the lobby area. That's where you'll find everything here. Again, this is the smallest resort, so yeah, there's kind of not a lot here. There's no table service or anything like that. It's all quick service. Speaking of which, I am now hungry, so I'm going to go get some beignets at Scat Cat's. Let's go. I picked the right time to come because there is literally no one in line. So I can just walk right up and get my beignets. That's crazy. I don't think I've ever been here when it was so empty. It's really, really fantastic.
First up, I got the Mickey-shaped beignets. You can get 3 beignets for $7.99 or 6 for $12.99. These come with your choice of dipping sauce, either caramel or chocolate.
Now, when you eat these beignets, because they are just loaded with powdered sugar, make yourself a little bib. Sorry if my mic is picking up all the crumbling, but yeah, make yourself a little bib. So yeah, let's see how these taste. Every time I come here, every single time I get beignets. I cannot leave here without getting beignets. Why would you ever? So again, like I picked up some honey from Sassagoula, so I really prefer honey on my beignets, and I'm very surprised that that isn't one of the choice of sauces, because in Princess and the Frog, the movie, she puts honey on them. So that's my absolute favorite. Let's go and see how this tastes. Oh, and these are piping hot. Oh, they smell amazing. Like fried dough, which of course that's what it is. It just smells like New Orleans. Let's dip it in the honey. Here we go. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that inside. Beautifully fluffy. Has 2 kind of air pockets in there. Absolutely perfect. These are just so good. Hi. Absolutely. I would love some beads. Purple.
Purple. All right.
Yeah.
So I only have the multicolor purple.
Oh, that's fine. Yeah.
I have somehow run out of solid.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, I want a sticker. Thank you. You made my day. Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too. Well, they were just walking around handing out Mardi Gras beads, so I asked for purple, but I got this multicolored one. It's so cute. So incredibly cute. I don't know if I'll wear it this whole time because I don't want to. Well, no, I have it tucked up under the mic here. So yeah, I'll wear them. You can get free beads here, Mardi Gras beads at Port Orleans French Quarter. Now I'm going to try with the caramel sauce. I ordered caramel sauce on the side. You get your choice of one, either caramel or chocolate. They used to have it was either a strawberry or a raspberry, and it isn't available anymore, which makes me sad because that one was actually my favorite. So yeah, let's take a dip in this caramel. Get a good dip here. Ooh yeah, look at that ooey gooey caramel. Yes. I mean, these beignets are perfect. They are an absolute must-get if you're staying here at French Quarter. They are a great breakfast item to get. I know you're loading yourself up with sugar at breakfast, but you're on vacation, so that's totally fine. They are soft and pillowy. There is a discrepancy in whether or not beignets should be pillowy. I've heard arguments for both. You know, at Magic Kingdom, they have those hollow beignets, and I'm not into that. They're not fluffy at all. And what I've read is that they get hollow because the dough has not been able to rest enough. But then on the other hand, I've seen posts and stuff where they say that in New Orleans, beignets are hollow. Now, I've eaten at Café du Monde, and they are famous for their beignets. I honestly can't remember if it was hollow or not. So, jury's out on that one. Let me know in the comments what you think. Beignets, hollow or pillowy? These are so iconic, and I eat these every single time I come here. They get a platinum tiara. This is the best thing here at this resort, and that's saying a lot because they also have a lot of good food that we'll try in a little bit. So we're going to take a look at the resort activities here. Of course, they have their arcade and they have some poolside activities. They've got their character experience from 2:25 to 3:25 p.m. That's when the characters come in on a special bus and do meet and greets at each resort. And they have a tie-dye, some arts and crafts. Those are an extra charge. They're not part of your resort stay. And they do have movies under the stars. This is what every resort has, and people really love it. You watch a movie outside, and it's projected on a really big screen. So yeah, those are your resort activities if you stay here. It's a nice perk of staying at a Disney hotel. And the pool is straight ahead, and you can see these alligators here. They are quintessential French Quarter. These have always been here. I can't remember a time where these alligators weren't here playing their music. So then if you go off to the right, there is a playground, but there are people in there, so I don't want to film too much of that. Right before the pool, if you go to your left, that is the hot tub, and it doesn't look like there's anyone in there now, so let me get a closer look at that. Yeah, nice size hot tub with some pool chairs around. Very, very good. And there are more alligators over here as you get closer to the pool, playing more music. So yeah, let's take a look at the pool. Oh, actually, before we get to the pool, if you go to your left, that is the pool bar. So you can get your alcoholic drinks over there, and there's also some seating around the perimeter. And then on the right, as you face the pool, there are your restrooms. So that's very important. So here's the pool. They're playing games right now, which is very cool. I like that a lot. There are a lot of people in here right now, so I'll kind of film around them. But there is a water slide in the back.
And there's going to be a variation of musical rings.
There's a water slide in the back that is a dragon, I think. And a lot of people like that feature. It's really fun. And they also have a splash pad over there for the kids. I don't see anyone in there right now, so I'll give you a nice good look. There's the splash pad. Looks really nice. A lot of nice water features in there. So here I've taken a right next to the pool, and there are all of the buildings here. There are not many buildings. This resort is very easy to navigate because of that, because everything is in the central lobby area. So there's no walking a mile to get to that area. So this is where the rooms are. They are outdoor rooms, motel style, not indoor rooms like you would see at the deluxe resorts. This is building number 2, which is very, very cool. You'll notice that along these streets there are these horse stands, horse markers. I'm not sure what they're called. But this is here because in the olden days people would ride horses instead of driving cars. So it's hitch post, I think, is what it's called. That's my Red Dead Redemption 2 knowledge kicking in there, hitching posts. So yeah, this is where you would hitch up your horse if you were riding a horse in town. I really also love the walkways here. They're very New Orleans. They are sort of lined with this brick path here, which is a very nice little detail. One of the really nice things, if you're staying here, you get access to a boat that goes to Disney Springs and Riverside, which is the other Port Orleans resort here. And you can see the boats are just taking off. It looks like those are headed over to Disney Springs, because to the left is Riverside and to the right is Springs. It's a really nice perk of staying at this resort. So like most resorts, this resort has its running trail, and it is 1 mile if you do just the loop up there that is a solid color. But then if you start from French Quarter, like you start, I'm right there, then it's 1.7 miles if you do the whole length up and back. So really nice running trail here. I love this one. It's incredibly scenic and beautiful. You pass by all of the French Quarter buildings and then over to Riverside, which is an equally beautiful resort, but that one is themed kind of to the Old South, whereas French Quarter is obviously the French Quarter in New Orleans. I absolutely love walking around this resort. It is beautiful, and most of the time it's pretty quiet. There are a lot of people in the pool today, so there are a lot of kids out, which is not normal for this resort. This one's usually a lot more quiet, but I'm gonna walk sort of toward the back to show you the rooms that are farthest away from the lobby and all the stuff, and you can see it's really not a long walk to the lobby at all. So I'm actually here. This is part of the running trail. It goes right by Sassagoula River. It sort of hugs the river, which makes everything just great because that river gives that kinetic energy that can sort of help you push through. If you're training for like a marathon or something, then this walkway is really great. It's never crowded. Never crowded. I've never seen it super crowded. So I'm just going to take a walk up here and show you some of the buildings. So right now I'm standing outside building 6, and this is one of the ones you can pay extra to get the river view. And if I turn around, this is the view, and you would also get easy access to this running path, which for me is important. I really like to walk. I used to do marathons, and half marathons and 5Ks and 10Ks, but Run Disney isn't the same as they used to be, so I haven't done a race since 2020. I might do one again, but just a 5K probably. So I'm towards the end of the running trail in the French Quarter portion. Once you cross under that bridge over there that the ferry is coming out of, then that is Riverside, and I think I'll do a Riverside tour next. Not sure when that'll be, but that one is coming definitely. Now we're walking down the street in between buildings 6 and 7. Building 7 is going to be the farthest away from the lobby that you can get. But again, not a long walk, and out here it is incredibly quiet and beautiful. So yeah, I would suggest building 7. The other thing I wanted to show is that there are signs that name each road throughout this resort, and all of these roads I believe can be found in New Orleans. They're all very well-known roads. One of the great things about staying in Building 7, it's so quiet back here and so serene. It's just absolutely beautiful. I love walking through this resort. The other thing I wanted to mention actually is that for annual pass holders and people who aren't staying here, you can actually park here. Most resorts don't let you park there, so you have to go to Springs and take a bus, park there, but not this one. You can actually park here. You can also park at all the all-star resorts, which I have resort tours for all of those that I'll link in the description. So over there we have building 4, and I wanted to point out in between buildings 4 and 7 is this nice frog fountain here, which again, a lot of people put coins in that, make a wish, and all of those go to a charity. So I think that's really pretty. They have benches here too, which are all wet because it has just been raining. This is a nice quiet area off the beaten path that nobody knows about. So I also found another nice quiet sitting area between buildings 5 and 6, kind of on your way to the lobby where you would catch the bus, which I'll show you that last. And yeah, it's really pretty. This one's fish. This one's some sort of, I feel like they're some sort of serpent fish because they don't exactly look like fish, but they do look really cool. That's a beautiful fountain. So now we're passing building 5 on our left. This is going to be the closest one to the pool. So just know that you might hear, some noise from the pool. It's not exactly the most quiet one, but it is also the closest to the lobby. So Building 5 right here, lobby right back there. So then straight ahead past the pool are buildings 1, 2, and 3. So 3 again is close to the pool, so you're going to get pool noise from that. If that bothers you, then stay in building 7. So here's the resort map. I actually have only seen one resort map, so it does have both Riverside and French Quarter there at the bottom. So this will tell you where everything is. Again, there's only one pool in this resort. Buildings 1, 2, and 3 are down there, which I showed, and then 5, 6, and you can see that building 7 is the farthest one away, so that'll be the most quiet for you. So yeah, that's French Quarter. Let's go have some lunch. So here is the outside entrance to Sassagoula, just off the square there. Let me show. Ahead is the lobby, and then on the left there is Jackson Square, and behind that is the arcade. So yeah, everything is in this sort of square area. Very easy to navigate this resort. So first off, before we get to the food, I want to say freestyle Coke machines are my favorite. Universal has them everywhere. Disney should also have them everywhere. This is the only resort I know that has them, so I got myself a peach Sprite. So good. So much like any kind of mocktail that you would get at a nice restaurant. Mocktails often have a Sprite base, so this is just peach on top of that. It's not too sweet. It is absolutely perfect. I would recommend this for anybody, especially if you like peach flavor. So good.
I had to try the beef and fried shrimp burger. This is a beef burger with fried shrimp and remoulade sauce for $15.19.
This burger looks amazing. I cannot wait to try it. I'm gonna try to get a bite with everything. It smells great. You can smell that fried fish on there. Fried shrimp on there. So good. Let's get a big bite here. I'm gonna really unhinge my jaw. Well, that burger was really good. I'm not sure how new it is. I know the last time I looked at their menu, the last time I was here, was just a couple months ago really, and I didn't see this burger on the menu. This burger is incredibly flavorful. The patty itself is sort of just your standard Disney burger, so that's nothing too special. I mean, it's good, you know, but it's a little bit more well done than I like, so there is that. And then they put fried shrimp on top. It's the same fried shrimp that they have in their po' boy sandwich. So it's interesting. I was expecting more of a patty. They have something similar. I think it's at Art of Animation, the Land and Sea burger, and that one was more of like a shrimp fish patty on top. So I don't know if I love the single shrimp. They tasted great. They have a great flavor, but they do taste like they are frozen, you know, and then heated up, which, you know, honestly, I don't mind for shrimp, because doing fresh shrimp in a quick service restaurant, I don't know how much I would trust that, because shrimp go bad really easily, so there is that. But then, you know, on top of that is that remoulade sauce. I love their remoulade sauce. Again, it is also on the shrimp po' boy, which is another great choice here. And then you've got lettuce and tomato. And the lettuce, it looks like it's a green leaf lettuce, so luckily it's not arugula. I don't know why everyone's putting arugula on everything these days at Disney. I do not like arugula. It's too bitter, you know. I really like green leaf is my favorite. It has the nicest crunch, you know, it has a good flavor. It isn't too watery or anything like that. It's really good. So yeah, I think this, and the bun was also very good. And after I cut it in half, it held its structural integrity. Someone on TikTok was laughing about my use of structural integrity, but it's really important. You don't want a burger that's falling apart. You can't eat it, or you have to eat it with utensils. So yeah, would I have this again? Absolutely. This gets a 5 out of 5 tiaras.
I also got the jambalaya. This comes with chicken and andouille sausage with vegetables cooked in a rich, spicy sauce with rice for $12.49.
This looks amazing. I'm very excited for it. I might need a bib. I'm not exactly sure, but let's see how this tastes. Get some of that rice. Wow. So that bite had the andouille sausage. Let me try the chicken. And it also came with some cornbread. It's got some sauce on it. Looks really good. Wow. This is great. Oh my God. So first off, this thing is spicy. You definitely should not eat this. It's not like ghost pepper spicy or anything like that, but it is still, it kind of coats your mouth in spice. So I started out with the andouille sausage, and that was really good. That had a nice flavor, and it went really well with this, sauce that it has covering everything and the rice. And then I tried the chicken. Oh, I do want to say the sausage was a little bit spicy, so that's kind of adding to the whole flavor of this dish here. But then I tried the chicken, and it's really well cooked. It's not too overcooked. It's not like tough leather or anything like that. It's nice and soft and moist and just kind of melts in your mouth. So good. And the rice is really nicely cooked. I hate when rice is undercooked or overcooked. If it's undercooked, it's hard and crunchy. But if it's overcooked, it's just really blech. It's like just mushy and disgusting. But this rice is perfectly cooked, perfectly seasoned, and then it comes with this cornbread. And the cornbread is really interesting because it's kind of put on top of the dish, so it soaks up some of that flavor, but only like the bottom layer soaks it up. It isn't too wet, right? But it's just wet enough that it really adds that nice moisture. Because cornbread, and I had some the other night at Regal Eagle, and it was bone dry. It really needed something with it, but this has something with it. So when you get that, texture of the wet cornbread and the just soft and pillowy cornbread, those go really well together. If you don't like wet bread, I understand that. Maybe ask for the cornbread on the side or something. And the sweetness from the cornbread mixed with that spicy sauce, it's so good. It was a flavor palette that I've never experienced before, and it was just great. I really, really like this. Would I have it again? Yes, absolutely. However, I would have to be in the right mood for it. This is a really large portion. This is definitely shareable. If you have a family, 2 to 3 people could probably eat this. It's a lot. There is a good helping of meat in it. It's really it's spectacular. I absolutely love this. I'm going to give this a 5 out of 5 tiaras. I wanted to give a few honorable mentions to other resort-specific dishes they have here and snacks, but that I didn't eat today, but I've definitely eaten a lot in the past. First is that shrimp po' boy sandwich. I already talked about that a little bit. Same shrimp as on the burger, same remoulade sauce, but this is on a hoagie roll, and it's nice and toasted hoagie roll, and it comes with lettuce and tomato usually, but in this footage, it does not have that because we asked to not include tomatoes. So that one I would give a 5 out of 5 tiaras. They also have a beef po' boy, which is my favorite, actually. The shrimp is Jason's favorite. The beef is my favorite. So that one, the beef is really just tender and so good. And it has a gravy on it, actually, that just brings out that meat flavor, and it has a nice earthy flavor as well. That one is excellent. I would highly recommend that. That one gets a 5 out of 5 tiaras. And then they also have the king cake, which is something that they have in New Orleans, Nolans, however you want to say it. and that king cake is very good. I will say it's not quite as good as the ones in New Orleans, but it's still very good. It's like a cinnamon roll with frosting on it, kind of. So awesome, very, very good choice as well, and that one also gets a 5 out of 5 tiaras. Now let's wrap up this resort tour and take a look at the transportation that's available. So for your bus transportation, you're going to take a walk right outside the lobby towards the parking lot, and then over to your right is going to be the bus stop. So it's just a nice little walk this way, not very far from the lobby either. This is a great place for people that have mobility issues, actually, because all the rooms are accessible. There are elevators in every building, and it's just a really small resort to get around. So let's take a look at the bus station. So as you can see, here's the bus station. There is station A and B. Station A is going to take you to Animal Kingdom, Epcot, Blizzard Beach, Typhoon Lagoon, and Disney Springs. And bus station B is going to be Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios. And just like any bus station on Disney property in the Disney World Resorts, it's got a screen where it'll show you the times of the buses, where exactly they are, and when they will be coming back, if that screen would come back. There it is. So you have every bus, there is a schedule. So it'll tell you exactly when to the minute that the next bus will arrive. So just keep in mind, they do have a bus for Disney Springs, even though there's also the boat. You can take that. So you have either option for that as your transportation to Springs. So that'll wrap up this resort tour at Port Orleans French Quarter, and I hope that you enjoyed this. This is my favorite moderate resort, not just because of the beignets, but because of the style, the architecture. I think it's incredibly beautiful. It is really accessible to Disney Springs, which I tend to spend a lot of time at, and it's just a wonderful place to stay. If you want to stay here, then absolutely go for it. I would highly recommend it. Rooms are kind of hard to get sometimes because it is such a small resort. It books up quickly because the word is out that the beignets are amazing, and Scat Cat's Cafe has live music Friday through Sunday, so those times are incredibly busy. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share, and leave me a comment and let me know what items I tried today would you like to try, or let me know just what you think of Port Orleans French Quarter in general. I appreciate every single one of you, and until next time, have a magical day.